welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you items that will be available in the March Polish Pickup Shop. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if my reviews are helpful for you in deciding what to grab, and if you're not subscribed already, you totally should. I upload new live swatching videos every single week. So March's Polish Pickup theme is Maker's Choice. I don't think I voted for this theme, so I was super surprised how much I love the inspiration and the polishes that the makers created this month. I feel like giving the makers that room to be creative and dig deep and find what truly inspires them really pushed them to create some incredible offerings this month. This month's Polish Pickup Shop is going to open on March 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and will be open through March 7th. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, what is Polish Pickup? What is this lady going on about? Definitely check out the description box. Down there, I'll have lots of tips and tricks as well as an explanation of what Polish Pickup is. Hopefully that'll make your shopping experience go more smoothly. All right, as always, we have a ton of items to look at today, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So if this is your first time checking out one of my Polish Pickup videos, I do swatch all the offerings I have to share with you in rainbow order, so then we can compare. At the end of the video, I'll have all the polishes swatched side by side on a swatch wheel so we can look at the colors side by side. But we don't have that much variation in color this month, at least not to start with. We don't have any reds, oranges, or yellows, so we're jumping right into the greens. This first offering is from Pampered Polishes, and it's called Get Off My Swamp. It's inspired by Shrek, and it's described as being a murky, swampy green jelly with iridescent flakes and holographic micro glitter. This is going to retail for $12.50, and there will not be a cap for this one. So I'm afraid that my swatches and the bottle shots for this one is coming off a little bit of like an appley green, but I do want to make sure that you know that it is definitely a true Shrek green. I think the maker nailed it with the inspiration for this one. On application, I was blown away with this one. It was so smooth, very easy to work with, zero patchiness, and very opaque on that first coat. I actually reached full opacity at my nail length in just 2 coats. If you've got longer nails, maybe you'll want to go in for 3, but I think a lot of people will be good at 2. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get too many of those gorgeous flakies out. A lot of mine did sink to the bottom, but the maker did leave a note that the purchased bottles will have a little bit of a thicker base, so that shouldn't be a problem for you. But isn't this polish just so pretty? I love the color. So here is what 2 coats of Get Off My Swamp looks like with a glossy top coat. It dries down perfectly smooth. I had no issues with removal, and like I said, just a gorgeous, bright yellow toned green. Pictured are 2 coats of Get Off My Swamp from Pampered Polishes. Next, we're taking a look at Lindby Designs. They're bringing us a polish called Prismatic Spring. It's described as being a cerulean base with purple to pink to yellow to green to blue, shifting shimmer, that's a lot of colors, and linear holographic. The price is going to be $13. There will not be a cap, and this is inspired by Yellowstone. As soon as I got this out of the box, my breath was taken. It is completely beautiful. The base is like this gorgeous blue leaning teal. In bright lighting, you can see all of that incredible linear holographic, the shifts to purple and pink. And then when you take your nails into lower lighting, you can see the shifts to green, blue, and yellow. It is so pretty. Lots of different colors in this polish. On the nail, this one had a gorgeous jelly formula, very smooth and even and easy to apply. The gorgeous paddle brush that Lindby Designs uses really helps with that as well. I found that I needed 3 coats to get full opacity and to get the polish as dark of a color as it was in the bottle. And I think most people will want 3 coats for this one. Isn't it striking? I just love this kind of base color. So pretty. And the shimmer and the hollow. So here's what 3 coats of Lindby Designs Prismatic Springs looks like with a glossy top coat and some outdoor lighting. In this lighting, we get a lot of gorgeous purple shift, but you're going to see here in just a second when the sun comes out. There we go. You get to peep that fantastic hollow. This one was so beautiful. I could see myself rocking it all summer long. Look at that shift. Gorgeous. Pictured are 3 coats of Lindby Designs Prismatic Spring. Lindby Designs is also bringing us a wax melt this month in the scent I'm Making Waffles. It's going to retail for $5 and will be capped at 110. The scent description for this one is fresh waffles topped with butter and maple syrup, sprinkled with pecans. Yummy. Getting into specifics, the bottom notes for this one are vanilla, sugar, and tonka bean. It's got middle notes of cinnamon, caramel, and coconut, and top notes of butter and maple. Oh my gosh. I am hungry just talking about this. So honestly, I've been a little bit under the weather here lately, so I've not had the best sense of smell, but I can still smell this, which tells me it's got a pretty strong fragrance, and everything I smell is absolutely delicious. I'm getting a lot of the vanilla, the cinnamon, the sugar. I can smell the maple, but it's not overpowering. That was the note I was concerned about because I don't always like maple scents, but I get a strong bakery feel to this one. It smells delicious. Continuing on with our polishes, this month from Garden Path Lacquers, we have Stray from the Path. This one's described as being a teal crelly filled with large particle holographic pigment and red to orange aurora shimmer. The price for this will be $13. There will not be a cap, and this is inspired by the brand's logo and tagline. Oh my gosh, the sounds that came out of my mouth when I saw this polish for the first time are embarrassing. This is one of the standouts for me this month, 100%. The color is bold and beautiful. The holographic is flashy and attention getting, and the shimmer just contrasts so beautifully against that teal base. Give me all the contrast. And if I wasn't already obsessed with it in the bottle, I sure was when I applied it. Look at that formula. Gosh, be still my heart. Super opaque on that first coat, fully opaque for me in two, and I think most people will reach full opacity in those two coats. The holographic is definitely what's most eye-catching, but when you hit it just in the right lighting, you can see all of that gorgeous aurora shimmer as well. This one is stunning, just stunning. I was a little concerned it might stain me because it was so pigmented, but fortunately I did not experience any staining. So here are two coats of Stray from the Path with a glossy top coat. That hollow in the sunlight is not playing around, and look at that shimmer just shifting. So pretty. Definitely recommend this one. Pictured are two coats of Garden Path Lacquer Stray from the Path. Now we're working our way into our blues. This one's from Wildflower Lacquer and it's called Rainbows Are Visions. It's described as being a dusty sapphire blue jelly base with red to gold to green shifting shimmer, blue, purple, and pink crystal flakes, a variety of UCC flakes, and subtle linear holographic. This is going to be priced at $13.50 and will be capped at 350 bottles, which means it's probably going to sell out. Wildflower always sells out. So if you like it, set your alarms for 11 a.m. Eastern Time. This one's inspired by the Muppets. So the maker threw all of the flakies, boom, into this polish. There are so many, and they shift in such an incredibly unique way depending on the lighting situation. This is one of those polishes that looks different in all the pictures you see. On application, this one does have a sheer jelly base. We have a lot of nail line on that first coat, but don't you worry. There's so many flakies packed in here that in 3 coats, I did reach full opacity. I felt like the base had a lot of green. It was described as being a dusty sapphire, and I like that description. But I did feel like it had pretty strong green undertones, not quite a teal, but kind of leaning in that direction. You can see there in 3 coats. Those flakies, man, they've got you covered. If you've got longer nails, maybe you'll see a little bit of nail line, but I think you're good. I think the flakies are they're gonna cover that nail line. So here's what it looks like in 3 coats in some sunlight. Look how beautiful those flakies are. Lots of different colors. The pink purple crystal flakes are really standing out, but there we can see the gorgeous shifting shimmer from gold to green as well. Just lots of different shifts and so, so pretty. Here's what it looks like in lower lighting. We can really see those UCC flakes, ultra chrome chameleon flakes in this lower lighting situation. This polish is so, so pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of Rainbows Are Visions from Wildflower Lacquer. Next, we have a couple offerings from KBShimmer. This is Beat You To It. It's described as being a bold blue reflective shade filled with color shifting shimmer. It's going to retail for $11, such a great price. There's no cap, and this is inspired by the ocean. So KBShimmer has been knocking out these reflective shades. We sure do have a lot of them this month, but this one is a standout for sure. The base is a gorgeous, like Caribbean blue water blue. It is so refreshing and beautiful and bright. And the shimmer is like a gorgeous green. It shifts to gold at certain angles. And then, of course, it is packed with lots of silver reflective glitters. In terms of formula, this one was off the charts fantastic. It was almost fully opaque on that first coat, definitely opaque for everyone, I would say. And I would say the formula is consistent with other KBShimmer reflective glitters I've tried. They tend to be on the thicker side, very opaque, so I would recommend going in for thin coats, and 2 should get you covered. This does dry down very textured and gritty, kind of like sand, so you will want to pair it with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat unless you like the textured finish. So here's what 2 coats looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat in the sunlight. I would say that reflective glitters are especially sparkly, more sparkly than just regular glitters. And then, of course, here's what it looks like under flashlight. Stunning. So stunning. You get a gorgeous blue shimmer, and then that blue base and silver reflective glitter just sparkles. Sparkles. Pictured are 2 coats of Beat You To It from KBShimmer. Returning to the IPU shop this month is KBShimmer Sugar Scrub. This month it's in the scent Vanilla Bean. This almost 10-ounce tub is going to retail for $10, and there will not be a cap. So this one's got notes of vanilla and sweet cream with bottom notes of caramel. Oh my goodness, it smells amazing. And I know that for sure because I did smell it as soon as it came in about a month ago, and my sense of smell was fantastic then. I would say that vanilla scents are hit or miss for me. Sometimes if they're like very artificially, I don't like them. This one doesn't smell artificial. It smells very fresh and like vanilla ice cream. It is so scrumptious. I use these KBShimmer Sugar Scrubs weekly as part of my pedicure routine. I find that they slough off the dead skin very well. I do also like them as part of my manicure routine, but the sugar granules are quite gritty, so just go easy. A little goes a long way. It's got lots of nourishing ingredients like olive oil, castor seed oil, cocoa seed butter, and shea butter that help leave your skin feeling nourished after you use it. This is definitely one of my favorite scrubs, and if this scent sounds appealing to you, I definitely recommend you give it a try. Next up from DRK Nails, we have Don't Look Up. This one's described as being a light blue magnetic mixed with holographic micro flakes and blue sparkles. This will be priced at $13.50 and will be capped at $250. This is inspired by the movie Don't Look Up, which I have seen actually. If you haven't seen it, it's good. I liked it. It was a fun, cute movie. So this in the bottle didn't look like too much to me, but when I applied the magnet, oh yeah. And I should have never doubted it. DRK Nails does some amazing magnetic polishes. If you're into magnetics and you haven't tried theirs before, definitely should. They're great. They're really sensitive to the magnet. Look at that. So beautiful. Even prettier on the nails too. So for this one, I went in with 2 regular coats, and then on the third coat, I magnetized it. As you can see on that first coat, unmagnetized, we can see quite a bit of nail line. In 2 coats, we do reach very close to full opacity, and that kind of gives you an idea of what this one would look like unmagnetized. And then on that third coat, we definitely reached full opacity. So when I pulled the magnet out and pulled those magnetic pigments in, held it for 30 seconds. This was the beautiful result. It revealed a deeper blue color base and then lots and lots of holographic pigment. So stunning. So here's what 3 coats of Don't Look Up looks like in the sunlight. The holographic in here is fire, and that magnetic pigment is super shifty, definitely 3D. Really cool polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Don't Look Up from DRK Nails. Next up from Dom Nail Polish, we have That Is America's Butt. This one is described as being a reflective hollow glitter bomb with red, silver, and blue glitter. It's also got silver and blue stars as well. Price for this is going to be $13. These bottles will be capped at $300, and the maker decided to go with Famous Steve's in case it never gets voted on. This one was inspired by Steve Rogers or Captain America. So this is a pure glitter bomb. Those of you who love glitter bombs are going to be a huge fan of this polish. It's sparkly, it's twinkly, it is chunky, and really, really fun. Because it has a clear base and you can see some nail showing through, I thought this polish would lend itself well to being applied as a topper. So I will show you what that looks like here in a second. But my personal preference for how I'd wear it day to day is in 2 coats. In 2 coats, you can still see a little bit of nail showing through. So if staining is a problem for you, you may want to go in for that 3rd coat, which I will show you what it looks like here. But just know that the 3rd coat is going to really amp up the chunkiness of this polish. I found that even with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat paired together on top of this polish, I still had a significant amount of texture. Some people may love it and want to leave it completely untop coated. Personally, I like the addition of the top coat, and the texture didn't really bother me too much. Because of all the glitters, removal is going to be a challenge with this one. I really recommend soaking it off or pairing it with a peel-off base coat. So in the sunlight, you can see all of that dazzling sparkle, really fun look on the nails, like a patriotic party. And then here is what it looks like under flashlight. Again, dazzling. So much gorgeous, beautiful reflectiveness from those blue glitters. I love seeing the red hexes peppered throughout in there. This is just a really, really fun polish. And here is what it looks like over black. This one was so chunky that I had a little bit of a hard time getting a smooth application over black, but I do think the finished product is really beautiful if you take the time to spread out those glitters. Pictured are 3 coats of That Is America's Butt from Dom Nail Polish. And next I have a blue-ish polish to share with you. This one comes from Noodles Nail Polish and it's called Blueberry Lemonade. It's described as being a very pale blue crelly with yellow, blue, and white matte glitters. This is going to retail for $12. There will not be a cap. And this one is a sister polish to a fan favorite crelly called Pink Lemonade. So this one is one of those bases that if you put it next to a blue polish, it's going to look white. And if you put it next to a white polish, it's going to look blue. It's got a very, very white base with just a hint of blue in there. I think the glitter mix in here is super unique and fun. I love yellow and blue together, and you don't see that combination in nail polish very often. On application, this one had a wonderfully smooth formula. I was really, really taken by surprise. I was fully expecting this one to need 3 coats, but at my nail length, I actually thought it was wonderful in just 2. It self-leveled perfectly. Lots of those glitters came out no problem. I didn't need to hold it upside down or shake it or anything like that. You may want to do a little playing around to get them spaced out evenly on the nail, but the finished look is just beautiful. Because of the glitters in here, this one will dry down slightly textured, so I'd recommend pairing it with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat, and those glitters will also make removal a little bit difficult. I just love the yellow glitters in here. This one I think is a great option, especially going into spring. Pictured are 2 coats of Noodles Nail Polish Blueberry Lemonade. This next beautiful creation comes from Bluebird Lacquer. It's called Front and Centaur, and it's described as being a bright cobalt blue shattered holographic. The price for this will be $12.50. I don't believe it has a cap, and it's inspired by the Centaurus constellation. So let me go ahead and tell you that this polish is 1,000,000 times more sparkly in person than I was able to capture it on camera. Oh my goodness, the sparkles in here are so pretty. And they don't just sparkle, you get some holographic in there as well. The base color is a bright, brilliant cobalt blue. Oh, this is definitely one of my top picks this month. This one had a formula that completely blew me away. How satisfying is it to watch go on? I mean, really. It had gorgeous coverage on that first coat. Lots of those flakies came out too, and I was able to reach full opacity in 2 coats. If you've got longer nails, maybe you'd want to go in for 3, but I really do think 2 coats would suit most people. I love the Shattered Hollow formula because, and I've heard other people say it as well, it gives you the sparkle of a glitter polish without the hassle of a glitter. It dries down perfectly smooth, just a glossy top coat is needed, and removal is so easy. So in the sunlight, now we're seeing the sparkle. Like, I can see myself wearing this poolside this summer. Take me there now, please. Pictured are 2 coats of Front and Centaur from Bluebird Lacquer. For this month's IPU shop, Unicorn Magic is bringing us their Deluxe Cuticle Balm in the scent Almost Herbal Essences. This half-ounce jar is going to retail for $7.50 and will be capped at 300 containers. This is inspired by the 1980s version of Herbal Essences shampoo. It's not an exact dupe for the shampoo, but it almost is, so almost. Herbal essences. The scent description for this one, it's a fresh mix of lime, grapefruit, bergamot, heather, jasmine, lang lang, and wood. If you haven't used this moisturizing cuticle balm before, they are absolutely one of my favorite things to put on my nails. They are great at moisturizing my cuticles and keeping them from looking dry, all while not leaving a greasy, heavy residue on the skin. They're not sticky in any way. It's a wonderful moisturizer if you can get your hands on it. It's got a lovely mix of oils and butters: shea butter, coconut oil, beeswax, jojoba oil, sunflower oil, apricot oil, olive oil, avocado oil, hemp seed oil, castor oil, vitamin E. It also does contain lanolin in case you have sensitivities to that. But yes, really fresh, wonderful scent. Highly recommend. And working our way into our purples now, from Cupcake Polish, we have Very Peri. This one's described as being a periwinkle nail polish packed with reflective glitter and a tiny bit of holographic glitter for extra sparkle. This one is a super flashy take on 2022. What? Why did I have so much trouble with that? 2022's color of the year. This is going to retail for $13. It will not have a cap, and it is fantastic. I don't know anything about making polishes. I'm not going to pretend to, but I will say that this reflective glitter feels even flashier than most reflective glitters that I've used in my experience. Even in sunlight, which you'll see in a second, it just sparkles. In regular indoor lighting, you get some of that reflect. It's beautiful. And I love the addition of the holographic in here as well. On application, these reflective glitters and holographic glitters are housed in a beautiful, squishy periwinkle colored jelly. I found that it built up nicely in 2 coats. Longer nails may want to go in for 3, but I think if you've got my nail length, you will probably be good in 2. Oh, so I thought I was able to get some sunlight footage of this one, but I must not have been able to. We have not been lucky with the sunlight here lately. So here's what 2 coats of Very Peri looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. And in this bright lighting, look at that reflectiveness. Like, that is not typical in my experience with reflective glitters. And then, of course, under flashlight, just wow. This one was completely blinding. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Definitely recommend, especially if you're a fan of reflective glitter polishes. All the glitter in here is going to make this one dry with quite a bit of texture, so I recommend a glitter smoother, and the glitter will be pretty difficult to remove as well. Pictured are 2 coats of Cupcake Polish, Very Peri. This month from Girly Bits Cosmetics, we have Universal Language, which is described as being a vibrant purple loaded with pink shimmer and pink color shifting flakes. This is going to retail for $13.50 and is currently capped at 250 bottles. However, the maker said that they can possibly increase that cap if there's demand. So if you plan to grab this one, make sure to add it to your wish list so the maker knows to try to increase the cap. Girly Bits was inspired by the love of music this month. It seems like the maker has a huge passion for it, and so do a lot of members of her family. That is an inspiration close to my heart because, as many of you know, I also have a love for music. I'm an elementary music teacher by day. I have played instruments my entire life. My mom has, my sister has, and I love this month's inspiration. So on application, this had a beautiful jelly formula, super easy to work with, smooth, great coverage. I did need 3 coats to build it to full opacity. I think shorter nails may be able to get away with 2, but I felt like on that 3rd coat, we really got that true vibrant color that you see in this beautiful bottle. Because of all of the shimmer in here, at certain lighting situations, the base kind of looks a little pink leaning, but it's interesting because it's actually a very cool base contrasting with those beautiful pink flakes. So here's what 3 coats of Universal Language looks like with a glossy top coat and some sunlight. Super sparkly. I was very drawn to this polish this month. I just thought that the base color was so bold and beautiful, and it made me feel like I could do anything. And here is what it looks like in some lower lighting. Gorgeous there as well. Pictured are 3 coats of Universal Language from Girly Bits. Pretty Beautiful Unlimited will be contributing a wax melt to the polish pickup shop this month. This is in the scent Black Sugar and Vanilla Lace. It's going to retail for $6. There's no cap, and it does come in a 2.5 ounce container. So this month's wax melt has a really intriguing, interesting scent. As I smell it, I get a hint of sweetness, a little bit of woodsiness, and it's hard to exactly put your finger on what you're smelling. The scent description is it smells like creamy vanilla, tart raspberry intertwined with agarwood, myrrh, and spicy musk. Sandalwood also warmly highlights its sweetness. I think this is a really pleasing scent, and it would agree with a lot of different people. From what I can tell, it is not overpowering, and I really enjoy it. As you can see as well, it's got some gorgeous colors in this wax. We see some blue, green, white, and black, and it's accented with these gorgeous flakies and hex glitters. This month from MTK Design, we have Swirly Clouds of Violet Haze. This is described as being a super vibrant dark violet jelly packed with 2 different kinds of shifting iridescent flakes. You've got one that's blue, purple to red to orange, and another that shifts copper to gold to green, plus some ruby to copper to gold multi-chrome flakes. And it also has a ruby to purple to gold shifting iridescent sparkle and silver reflective glitter. This one's inspired by Starry Night. So it's going to retail for $12. There's no cap, and this is another standout for me this month. I was so excited about this polish. I feel like in my video it's pulling a little blue, but no, in person it is a true bright primary purple. Application for this one was wonderful. It's got a smooth, easy to work with jelly formula. Lots of those flakies and reflective glitters come out well on the first coat, but I did need 3 coats to build this one to full opacity and to build the base color up to that gorgeous bright purple we see in the bottle. I love that the maker chose to include the reflective glitters in this polish, but that they aren't the central focus because it gives you that added extra sparkle, but it doesn't consume the polish. I really hope we see more makers using the reflective glitters this way in the future. So here's what 3 coats of this polish looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Because it's not a reflective glitter balm, it doesn't necessarily need a glitter smoother, but I did find that it made it extra glossy. And because of those reflective glitters, will be slightly difficult to remove, but not too bad. Look how gorgeous it is in lower lighting. You can really see those gorgeous flakes shift. That's what made this polish one of my top picks this month. And then of course, here's what it looks like under flashlight. You can still see those flakes and you get a gorgeous, gorgeous glow from those reflective glitters. Pictured are 3 coats of swirly clouds of violet haze from MTK Designs. This month from Glisten Glow, we have Amethyst Skies, which is described as being an amethyst purple polish loaded with a blend of reflective pigment. This is going to retail for $13. It will not have a cap, and it's inspired by beautiful, vibrant purple skies that are so rare to see, but once you see them, they are breathtaking and majestic. So the base color for this, I would say, is a slightly muted primary purple. And then as you can see, it is completely packed with those silver reflective glitters. This is another one that was incredibly vibrant. It is definitely a reflective glitter bomb. This one had a gorgeously pigmented purple jelly base. I got great coverage on that first coat and lots of those glitters came out right away. I found that it actually built up to full opacity in just 2 coats, but when I did go in for a third coat, I got a slightly darker color purple. So I feel like this one's kind of customizable. 2 coats will give you a lighter purple, 3 coats will give you a deeper, darker shade of purple. Because of all the glitters in here, it's going to dry down very textured. So I definitely recommend a glitter smoother like Glisten Glow's Glitter Grabber, as well as a glossy top coat. And those glitters are going to make this one difficult to remove. So on most of my nails, you're seeing 2 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. On my pinky is what it looks like with 3, so you can see what it looks like with that added coat. It just makes it a little bit darker. Both are so beautiful though. And then here is what it looks like under flashlight. Incredibly reflective, and the reflective glitters kind of make it a lighter purple. It's really, really cool. Pictured is Glisten Glow's Amethyst Skies. Glisten Glow is also bringing their award-winning top coat to the indie pickup shop this month. Their top coat is going to retail for $8. There will not be a cap, and if you haven't tried this product yet, I'm like, what are you doing? It is one of my favorite top coats. I've gone through so many bottles of this, both sent in PR, but I purchased many bottles of this before I ever got it in PR because it's one of my favorites. It dries super fast. I would say the fastest drying top coat I've ever put on my nails. It claims that it dries in 2 to 4 minutes, but honestly, it's closer to 2, if not less than that. And it gives you a gorgeous, glossy shine to your nails that lasts for days. It's on the thicker side, so I find that it does smooth out subtle glitters pretty well on its own. Yeah, highly, highly recommend. Next up, another topic. This one's from Heather's Hues and it's called In the Near Fuchsia. It's described as being a purple base filled with fuchsia and purple hollow micro glitters and iridescent flakes in red to pink to orange to gold to green. I don't have pricing or cap info for this one yet, but when I do get it, I will put that in the description box for you. So I actually thought that this one was a reflective glitter polish because of how freaking twinkly it is. Look at all of those sparkles. They are incredible. In that purple base, the holographic, you get a lot of blue, red, purple, and pink, and then you get flashes from those iridescent flakes. This polish is dreamy, people. On application, it's got a gorgeous jelly base. Lots of those glitters and flakes come out on the first coat, but I did need 3 coats to build this one to full opacity. Because this one's so packed with glitters, it is going to be a little bit difficult to remove. I would recommend a peel off base coat or soaking it off, and it's going to dry down slightly textured. Gosh, I can't get over those glitters in that base. Like, the sparkle is insanity. So here's what 3 coats of this polish looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat and some sunlight. And the holographic just gets even better, of course. And outdoor lighting, this one's really bright, super fun. Oh my gosh. And then it's still beautiful in lower lighting too. Here's what that looks like. When you take this one into the shade, the flakes do the talking. Really, really pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of In the Near Fuchsia from Heather's Hues. Heather's Hues is also bringing us their Wits lotion this month. This is in the scent Earl Grey Tea. This 2-ounce tub is going to retail for $7.50 and will be capped at 50 jars. This month's scent is inspired by a comforting mug of Earl Grey tea, and the scent notes are, it's described as being a fresh and clean scent with top notes of black tea and bergamot zest. It's got hints of rose hips, violet, and dried lily. If you haven't used Heather's Hues Wets lotion before, it's probably because you haven't been able to purchase it because it sells out so quickly because it's so good. I absolutely love this lotion. It sinks into the skin beautifully. It's wonderful year round. It's nice and nourishing for winter, but light enough to use in warmer months as well. It does contain sweet almond oil in case you have sensitivities to nut and seeds oils, but it's got lots of other nourishing ingredients as well, like vitamin E, shea butter, chia seed oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil. It is just jam-packed with goodness, and I love this lotion. Smells great too. Nice and light, fresh and clean. Next up from Sassy Sauce Polish, we have Girls Night Out. This one is a thermal polish. You're looking at it in its cold state, which is purple when cold. When it's warm, it warms up to a twinkling silver linear hollow with a red shimmer and blue to green to purple and pink UCC and ghost flakies that sparkle and catch the light. This one's inspired by the Girls Night Out show. I'll leave it at that. So in its cold state, this is a really pretty pink leaning purple. And I find that the flakes look gorgeous in both states of this polish. This one had a remarkable formula. It was very opaque on that first coat, and I actually reached full opacity in both the warm and cold states with this one in just 2 coats. Isn't it beautiful? And you can see it already starting to transition on my nails. I've actually never had a thermal that shifts from this shade of purple to gray or silver before. It was a really unique transition and I loved it. So here's what it looks like in 2 coats with a glossy top coat in its cold state. Like I said, the base for this is a really pretty pink leaning purple, and that creates some gorgeous contrast with the blue shift in those flakies. Here's what it looks like transitioning into its warm state in some sunlight. And the holographic, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. I also love the effect of it transitioning from that gray silver to the beautiful purple. And then here's what it looks like in its completely warm state. Absolutely stunning in every single combination. Warm, cold, in between, beautiful and all. Pictured are 2 coats of Girls Night Out from Sassy Sauce Polish. Next up, I have another wax melt. This one comes from the Soapy Chef, and it's in the scent Lemon Meringue Pie. The price for this is going to be $7, and it will be capped at 50 containers. This one smells like real lemon meringue pie. It's got notes of fresh lemon, buttery crust, and creamy meringue. I definitely agree with that description. I was fully expecting this one to be like in your face lemon, but it isn't. It's got a lot of bakery notes in it. It smells lemony, but it smells like a lemon pie. I think the maker did a wonderful job with the notes in this. I really love lemon fragrances. I love bakery fragrances, and this is the best of both. Plus, isn't it so cute? It looks just like a lemon pie with the graham cracker crust on the bottom and then the lemon on top. Oh, adorable and smells so yummy. And the last few shades I have to share with you are colors that I'm like, what color is this? It has too many colors to be able to put into a category. The first one comes from Colorista Carol, and it's called Cassiopeia. It's described as being a blue, gold, orange to pink multi-chrome base with multi-dimensional magnetic effect, mermaid flakes, and silver reflective glitter. This one will be priced at $13.50 and will be capped at 300 bottles. Yeah, do you see why I couldn't put it into a color category now? Look at all the colors in here. At some angles, it looks kind of black charcoal, and then you get flashes of green, purple, and blue and bright lighting, silver reflective glitter. And of course, when you magnetize, it reveals even more colors from all of those mermaid flakes. This one is truly stunning. I love the combination of the magnetic with the reflective and the multi-chrome. It's got a lot going on. I actually ended up building this to full opacity in 2 coats, one regular coat, and then on the second coat I magnetized. If you've got longer nails than me, you might want to do 3. And I felt like the magnetic pigment in here was fairly easy to work with. I did end up for my swatch videos applying the DRK Magic Magnetic top coat on top of this, and then a glitter smoother on top of that, and then a glossy top coat on top of that, just to get the most out of the magnetic and to smooth out all of the reflective glitter. So this one did take a little bit of extra love for me, but completely worth it when you see all of the gorgeous shifts. So here's what it looks like built up in 2 coats. Most nails are magnetized, but that ring finger is not. It's beautiful both ways. And in the natural low lighting, you still get quite a bit of sparkle from that silver reflective glitter. And then here is what it looks like under flashlight. It totally transforms. You get a lot more green this way, and the base almost looks black. And then you get a shift from those beautiful mermaid flakes. Really, really cool polish. Pictured are 2 coats of Cassiopeia from Colorista Carol. Next up, we have Knees Lacquer's contribution. It's called Valaris, and it's described as being a black to blue to purple multi-chrome with gold light reflective glitter. This will be priced at $13. It will not be capped, and it is inspired by the City of Starlight from A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So this polish is, again, what color is it? In bright lighting, we get a whole lot of the blue shift in the multi-chrome. The glitters in here are described as being gold reflective glitters, but I found that a lot of times they pull a little bit green, which I actually like because I think it makes this polish super unique. And then when you take this polish into lower lighting, you can see some of the shifts to purple and black as well. On application, this one was very intensely glowy. It was so beautiful. I needed 3 coats to build it to full opacity and to get the base nice and dark like we see in the bottle. If you've got longer nails, you might be able to stick, or if you've got shorter nails, you might be able to stick with 2, but I really do think 3 is going to get you that gorgeous coverage, and it makes all the difference, that extra coat. This will dry slightly textured because of those reflective glitters, so I did pair it with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat, and I recommend using a peel-off base coat or soaking it off. So here's what it looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat in some studio lighting. How beautiful is that shift to blue and black? And then I also tried layering it in 1 coat over black, and I actually really enjoyed wearing it that way. I felt like it deepened the base color just a smidgen, and it really helped that glow pop. Here's what it looks like under flashlight. Wow. Those reflective glitters are something else. See how they pull a little bit green? It's really interesting with that shift to blue and black. Just gorgeous. And then gorgeous over black as well. Although you do get a little less reflectiveness in 1 coat over black than you do in 3 coats on its own. Pictured are 3 coats of Valaris from Knees Lacquer. This month, Rogue Lacquer brings us Adventures in Wonderland, which is described as being a pink to gold chameleon chrome and chartreuse metallic flake balm. It's got micro hollow flakes as well and silver reflective glitters. This one will be priced at $12.50. It will not be capped, and it is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. So this is another one. What color is it? I don't know. I get a whole lot of like bronzy chartreuse from all of those flakes, and then a whole rainbow of flakes: pink, purple, blue, green, gold, and then of course the silver reflective glitter in there too. This polish, again, a lot going on. Really interesting and super unique to my collection. This one had a wonderful formula. It's got kind of a clear base, and then it has lots and lots of those flakies packed in there. If you've used Rogue Lacquer's flaky polishes before, you know they build up quick. This one actually built up to full opacity for me in just 2 coats, and I think 2 coats would be just about perfect for everyone. Because of all the elements in here, the flakes, the glitters, it will dry down pretty textured, so I recommend pairing it with a glitter smoother. I also recommend peeling it off or soaking it off so that you don't have a hard time removing it. So here's what 2 coats looks like with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat in some regular lighting. I'm loving the pink and purple against that chartreuse flake. It's really, really interesting. And then this one becomes even more exciting under flashlight. Here's a look at that. I love these reflective glitter polishes that have something else to them other than the reflective glitter because they are special in regular lighting, and then it's just a nice surprise when they're also extra beautiful in that flashlight. Pictured are 2 coats of Adventures in Wonderland from Rogue Lacquer. Next up from Owl Lacquer, we have Among the Stars, which is described as being a clear base filled with silver reflective glitter and multi-chrome flakes that shift sapphire to indigo to violet to burgundy to red. This one's going to retail for $13. There will be no cap, and it's inspired by night skies. Oh gosh, I love this polish too. It's just so unique with all of those reflective glitters and then the fun flakes that are super shifty. In bright lighting, they look to be blue or purple, but as you move your hand around in lower lighting, you can see the shifts to violet, burgundy, and red too. It's stunning. As the description states, this one has a clear base, which makes it an awesome candidate to also double as a topper. You can see there that there's just enough nail peeking through underneath for this to be beautiful in 1 coat. Went a little ham on that first coat though. In 2 coats, I found this one to be quite beautiful, and I think if I wear it, when I wear it in the future, I will wear it as a 2-coat polish. But if you've got a lot of staining, 3 coats will give you that full coverage look. To cover up some of that staining. There are a lot of flakes in here and a lot of glitter too, so it will dry down with some texture. You'll want to pair it with a glitter smoother, and removal will be pretty difficult. So soak it off, peel off base coat. I've said that so many times this video. Lots and lots of reflective glitter, huh? So here is what it looks like built up in those 3 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat and some sunlight. Wow. The way that the glitter smoother smooths out those flakes, it I don't know, it reminds me of like a frozen pond or something. And then here's what it looks like over black. Those silver reflective glitters kind of lighten the black base a little bit, but really pretty and super cool effect over black as well. Here's what it looks like in lower lighting, and now we can see the shifts to red and burgundy. This one is beautiful in everyday lighting, but then it's beautiful under flashlight too. It's so incredibly reflective under the flashlight. My goodness. It kind of reminds me of like a beautiful blizzard or something. I know it's inspired by night skies. I see that too, but this one for me is just perfect for winter. Gorgeous over black too. That really brings out the blue shift in those flakies. Pictured are 3 coats of Among the Stars from Owl Lacquer. Another standout this month comes from Cuticula, and it's called Before the Last Petal Falls. It's described as being a subtle steel blue base packed with holographic flakes, red to black to green flakes, and orange to gold glass flakes. This is going to retail for $13. There will not be a cap, and this is inspired by Beauty and the Beast, one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And this polish is fantastic regardless of the inspiration. It really reminds me of like stone or like granite countertops. The base is this gorgeous blue leaning gray, and you get so much incredible contrast and color from all of the flakies in here. Yes, love this one. On application, this one had a squishy sheer jelly formula. On the first coat, you don't get much color or coverage, but if you've used Cuticula's flaky polishes before, you know they are well worth building to 3 coats. every single time. In 2 coats, I got better coverage, but in 3 coats, it was just magical. Look at that. So, so beautiful. I loved this polish with a regular glossy top coat, but I actually ended up pairing it with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat just to help those flakies really pop. And it was a game changer for me. Do you have to do that? No. Is it worth it if you do? Yes. Here's what it looks like. Wow. Those flakies are magic. They are so, so beautiful. I love the black, the red, the gold, the silver. Just incredible. Here's what it looks like in a different lighting setup. This is more direct lighting, so it kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like in sunlight, and it lets you peep those holographic flakes a little bit better. Just fantastic. This polish is fantastic. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula before the last petal falls. Returning to the indie pickup shop this month is Cuticula's Mic Drop scented base coat in the scent Pink Gumdrops. The scent description for this one is it smells like a delicious fruity blend of strawberry and raspberry top notes with a splash of sugared plum dusted with sparkling sweet sugary bottom notes. I can't speak to the scent because my bottle was sent unscented. But what I can speak to is the quality and benefits of this base coat. I've been through countless bottles, both purchased and sent in PR, and it's one of my absolute favorites. It's 5 free, dries down quickly, it fills ridges, it's kind of sticky, so it helps adhere to your nail polish. It protects against staining, and it also has some nourishing qualities, so it helps nourish your nails. And yeah, it's one of my favorites. Absolutely love this base coat. I think I'm going to pick up a bottle so I can get this yummy scent. And the final item I have to share with you in today's video comes from Stella Chroma. It's called Stuckosaurus. It's described as being a buttery smooth white with pink to purple to gold to green iridescent flakies, hollow flakies, and pink to blue shifting shimmer. This one's going to be retailing for $13. It will not have a cap, and it's inspired by this adorable video that I was not aware of until I saw this polish. It's this 4-year-old, and she's dressed in a dinosaur snowsuit, and she's snowboarding, and it's so cute. I will link it below if I can because it's adorable. So this polish is so beautiful. The white mixed with the iridescent qualities, the shimmer, the flakes, just make it sparkly and so reminiscent of snow. Even though I'm over snow for this year, I kind of am into it in this polish. It had a beautiful formula, pretty sheer on that first coat, just kind of gives you a wash of white color. In 2 coats, it started to build up nicely, but I did need 3 coats to reach full opacity and 0 patchiness. This is a beautiful, beautiful white jelly polish. Actually, this one doesn't build up to full opacity in 3 coats. It kind of looks like it does in this lighting, but you'll see in brighter lighting that there is a little bit of visible nail line for this in 3 coats. If that bothers you, you will want to pair it with a blurring base coat. For me personally, it was not an issue, and I don't usually like nail line, but with these jelly whites, I don't know why. It doesn't bother me. So here's what 3 coats of Stuckosaurus looks like in the sunlight. Wow. Those gorgeous iridescent flakes. Sorry for my hand. I feel like it's going crazy. It was a really windy day, but I wanted to get this one in the sunlight so you could see all of that gorgeous holographic. So pretty. And then here's what it looks like in lower lighting. That really allows the flakes to just shine. Pictured are 3 coats of Stuckosaurus from Stella Chroma. All right, so now we're going to do a little comparing. All of the polishes are swatched side by side on the swatch wheel in the same order they appeared in the video. Go ahead and grab yourself a quick screenshot. So first up, we have Pampered Polishes. Beside that, we have Lindby Designs. The darker teal is from Path Lacquers. With the flakes is Wildflower Lacquer. The one with the green shimmer is from KBShimmer. That magnetic is from DRK Nails. With the star glitters and the red is from Noodles Nail Polish. The very light blue with the yellow glitters is Noodles Nail Polish. That cobalt blue is from Bluebird Lacquer. The periwinkle reflective glitter is Cupcake Polish. With the pink shimmer and flakes is Girly Bits. With the multi-chrome flakes is the MTK Designs offering. The more grapey purple is Glisten Glow. With the pink flakes is Heather's Hues. And there at the end, which is a thermal, is the Sassy Sauce Polish. Now let's take a look at the more neutral, multi-chrome, shifty offerings. From left to right, we have the Colorista Carol. With the strong blue shift is from Knees Lacquer. That chartreusey polish is from Rogue Lacquer. With the blue flakes is the Owl Lacquer. The gray-based polish is from Cuticula. And then there at the end, we have Stella Chroma's offering. And one more look at them, this time under my bright studio lighting. You all, I can't wait for the sun to come out again. All right, so this first polish is from Pampered Polishes. Beside that is Lindby Designs. The deeper teal is Path Lacquers. With all of those flakes is Wildflower Lacquer. With the reflective glitters and the green shift is KBShimmer. There with the magnetic line is DRK Nails. That glitter balm with the red is Noodles Nail Polish. With the yellow glitters is Noodles Nail Polish. That bright blue is Bluebird Lacquer. With the reflective glitters is Cupcake Polish. With the pink glow is Girly Bits Cosmetics. With those multi-chrome pink flakes is MTK Designs. That reflective glitter in the center is Glisten Glow. The purple with the pink is Heather's Hues. And at the end is Sassy Sauce Polish in its cold state. And here are the more neutral / shifty polishes. Grab your screenshot. We've got Colorista Carol. The one with the blue is Knees Lacquer. That chartreusey polish is Rogue Lacquer. The silver with the blue is Owl Lacquer. The gray base polish is from Cuticula. And there at the end, we have Stella Chroma's beautiful white offering. So those are all the items I have to share with you for this month's Polish Pickup Shop. Let me know down in the comments what you think you're going to be grabbing, and I'll even include my own personal wish list down there. And in case you're in the mood to see some more beautiful polishes be swatched, you should check out some of my recent videos. Last week, I live swatched and reviewed the newest collection from Knees Lacquer, inspired by what we do in the shadows. This is part 2 of that collection. Wildflower Lacquer is also celebrating their 5th Indieversary this year. Yay! So I reviewed their Indieversary collection. And I also recently live swatched and reviewed the newest collection from Cuticula, their Kingdom of Legend Part 2 collection. I'll leave those videos linked down in the description box so you can check them out. If this video is helpful for you in deciding what to grab, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!